But you believe it in vain. Possible, yes. But why do you think we have to keep our original organisation secret? Because people would think we were mad, Mr. Cole. That is why one of our members is a senator in the Democratic Party in America. He would be voted out immediately if he begins speaking about old ones. Another one is a multimillionaire working in the field of computer software. She reports us and believes in us. Although she shares would plummet if that were known. I have a wife and children, but even they do not know why I'm here. He turned to Matt, although you will not be aware of it. He said, the Leaf Project knows that you are no longer in Miss Devil's care. We could tell them where you are. One word from us and you would be back in their custody. Matt's heart sank, so it had appeared exactly as he had feared. But then Richard surprised him. Nobody's talking, Matt. Anyway, he snapped, is starting here with me. This is exactly what we have arranged. Fabian smiled for the first time. You see, we have already spoken to the right people, and it was all being dealt with. We can help you, and you can help us. We can work together. How can I help you? Matt asked. I'm afraid your role in this is not yet over. Fabian replied. Sandra David spoke about you. He thought your appearance was the single most remarkable event of his lifetime. Your lifetime. Why? Why? He believed you were 1/5, and there it was again, 1/5. Matt signed. That's what you keep saying, but what does it mean? 5 children save the world. 5 children will save it again. It's part of a progress. Matt, what happened here in Yorkshire was only the start. The Nexus will be called together again, and you will have to meet us all. Until then, we ask only that you remain here and tell no one. We must keep those matters to ourselves. There was a long silence. That's all well, Richard said, but how am I supposed to look after him since the Nexus knows everything? You may have noticed that I'm out of a job and shouldn't meet shouldn't Matt be at school. He can't just sit around here with me. We can easily arrange a local school for Matt. Fabian replied, anything you need or want, we can get it for you. He produced a business card and slid it across the table. As for you living expenses, we can look after that too. He clicked open the briefcase and took out a thick envelope which he handed it to Richard. The journalist glanced inside it and whistled. That's £5,000. The £5,000. Mr. Cole think of it as a first payment. When you need more, you only need to call. Fabian stood up. He held out a hand to Matt, whose shock it unwillingly. I can't tell you what a great pleasure it has been to meet you, Fabian said. We will meet again in London very soon. He seemed to be about to leave. Then he turned back and his eyes were troubled. "Perhaps I shouldn't tell you this," he said, "but you will have to know eventually, and I think my friend Professor David would have wanted me to tell you." He took a breath with belief. "There may be a second gate." What? Matt was stunned. "I live in Lima in Peru. It's the reason why I was chosen to visit you. Today. This is advance that another gate exists in my country. It may be that I will have to invite you there." "You must be joking," Matt said. "I've done my bit. I don't want to know any more." "I can understand that, Matt. Just remember the nexus is on your side. We exist only to be your friends." He nodded at Richard. "Please don't give up, Mr. Cole. I can show myself out." For 10 minutes neither of them spoke. Well, Richard said. At least the cash was spread out on the table in front of him. At least the solves the money problems. A second gate. Matt had gone pale. He looked suddenly tried. "It's got nothing to do with you," Richard said. "It's got everything to do with me, Richard. I know that not now. I thought it was all over when the power station was destroyed. But I was wrong. It's like that the man said it was just the start." No way," Richard said. "I mean, think about it for a minute. Do you really believe there's another circle of stone, and that maybe some other crackpot has gone and built a nuclear power station in the middle of it?" "It's got nothing to do with you, Matt. He's talking about South America, thousands of miles away. They'll make me go there. They can't they can't make you do anything you don't want to do. And if they try, they'll have to get past me." Matt couldn't help smiling. "Thanks for sticking your neck out of me. That was nothing, actually. I didn't even mean it's just sort of happened." "Well, now it looks like if you stuck with me," Richard nodded. "I suppose so. It's a pain in the neck. On the other hand, I haven't got a job. I might as well play babysitter to you." I don't need babysitting." "Yes, you do, and I still need a story." So what it really boils down to is we're stuck with each other. A second gate, but just put it down of your mind. I haven't got the faintest idea that what's going on anymore. But I'll tell you one thing for certain: we're not going to Peru. That's book two. That's book two. The old man's eyes burned red, reflecting the last flame of the fire. The sun had already begun to set, and the shadows were closing in. Far away, a huge bird I consider wheeled around in a lazy circle before plummeting back down to earth. Then everything was still. The night was just a breathe away. He will come," the old man said. He spoke in a strange language, and one knows to very few people in the world. "We have no need to send for him. He will come anyway." He got to his feet for supporting himself. on a walking stick carved from the branch of the tree and made his way to the edge of the stone terrace where he had been sitting. From here he could look down into a canyon that seemed to fall away forever. A faulty line of the planet had occurred, perhaps a million years ago. For a time he was spent he was silent. There were a dozen men behind him, wanting it for him to speak. None of them moved. Not one of them dared interrupt him while he stood there, deep in thought. At last, he turned back. The boy is on the other side of the world, he said. He lives in England. One of the men stirred uneasily. He knew it was wrong to ask questions, but he couldn't stop himself. Are you just going to wait for him? He demanded. We have so little time, and even if he does come, how can he help us? A child? You don't understand, Atomic. The old man replied. If he was angry, he didn't show it. He know that Artok was only 20 years old, barely more than a child himself, at least in his old mind. The boy has power. He still has no idea who he is or how strong he has become. He will come here, and he will come here. He will come, arrive. Time is power will begin with him, with us. Who is the boy? Someone asked me. The old man looked again at the sun. It seems to be sitting perfectly balanced on the highest mountain peak. The mountain was called Mandigo, the sleeping god. His name is Matthew Freeman. He said he is the first of the five. Subscribe it, watch, like, thank you. Click on main screen.